Now let's go to Komenda now, where many residents in that area are livid. A lot of them were hopeful the inauguration of the defunct Komenda sugar factory would bring them jobs.
Well, however, the youth in the area, that's Komenda, said the reopening of the factory has done little to impact their lives 6 months after the reopening.
This is Komenda, a coastal community in the Komenda Edine-Guafu municipality in the central region. Situated on the outskirts of the Komenda township is the Komenda sugar factory. A frenzy greeted the inauguration of this factory 6 months ago, bringing hope and smiles on the face of many here. But the excitement and the smiles that welcomed this factory has faded. The factory shut down a few weeks after operation due to what officials described as routine maintenance. Government said the factory had a challenge getting raw materials, promising it was going to bounce back in October. We are in November, and it is still unclear when the factory will resume operations 6 months after it reopened. In the community, some in their moments of joy even called this town the Sugar City, hoping fervently the factory was going to turn the fortunes of Komenda around. But that hope is fast fading away. 6 months after the inactive factory was reopened, many people here, both young and old, are angry.
Behind the factory, I had an because by now, we don't have from comfort no way. They've been a minute to watch was the actual application could be Vasinina. Because in on chunk was only there, Edmond, one on the other way, the way more. The other way more, and see, Untum or application, I can't accuse.
What's the can factory in West is so ongoing because before we visit factory, also a sugar factory. Until all the plan you do asher. Before one son is a factory, you need asher. No, yes, a factory is so. You see factory is so. You see a lunch factory, you be a factory. No sugar. Until it's a factory is so. No improvement in your juma. The same problem that you face in long term, or you face. Or suddenly there's a factory in Wawa. Or do you make sure there a juma no rokodo? Sa factory in Rena. I want wufi baby baba to sugar no waha. Eme motonazi, wabotomazi, mutuma shefie, mutuma bomu nyanom. Factory is a house here. But honestly, yendi ashre, I feel yendi ashre. But we're supposed to do ashre before to open the factory.
Now we've not achieved anything yet. We've not achieved even 0.01% at all, because I've not seen even a cup of sugar in the market, and we have not achieved anything. So we are working out, and we are praying that the sugar factory will come to its state and help the economy, as we are expecting. So they rushed. It was a rush, and they did the shoddy work over there. As I'm talking to you, I don't know if they have an office.
Fatin, Uber na here phone, man and incatation. 1 for 1. No one for our hope. No so offer our with the man, Naya man and incatation. And I hear you graduate. No, I'll come ready to hand. A send you pray, I say you crow. Now our that work for him and you say you, Juma, may you scan to do to Bendy. Now here no, I hear come for no one fire. No, I'll quack a fire who will be criminal. Why you, Juma? And I hear say I'll come adding it. And the madam added.
For many of them, government should have adequately prepared the groundwork, thus raw materials and road infrastructure, before relaunching the factory's operations. Roads leading to the factory and the community are in a sorry state. This man, in his 70s, said he witnessed Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, opening the Komenda sugar factory. He recalls with fond memories what was put in place before the factory commenced operations under Kwame Nkrumah.
My home and Taman Kuma Abadno Mohamu Nkuma Bado, ABC factory. I be Bubu factory. My end there, you can't yet. Lat be cream. Usube. And when they fear Kukuregipo, airfare. Nana, I don't come when they are here for Babano. What do Croach in Ukrobi Chinu Ukrobi? Sentinel if your commander and you quick cover your domigum. And also come your woman. I done your factory, I was will be factory. Yeah, we get matwa. Na mo ha man kuma bugbe factory no when ye man to anke de afofo ma ye fa ana won to abaman sana no a kira adnade a kuku onim.
GH1 News contacted officials at the factory for a response, but they declined us access and a response until we obtained a clearance letter from the Trade Ministry. With the uncertainty surrounding the efficacy of the Komenda sugar factory, many residents here are despondent, praying that something spectacular could happen to turn their lives around.
Felix Akoyam with that story from Komenda in the central region, and what interesting sound bites we had in that story. Remember that we've been talking about the reopening of this sugar factory for a while. On October 4, 2016, the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Murtala Mohammed, was here in the studio with me. He made some promises on the Komenda sugar factory. Let's go back to that interview.
Operation will begin as it begins everywhere in the world. They start in November, they end in June, you know, and then...
So there's nothing happening this month?
No, they start in November, they end in June, and within June, in fact, they start in June, and then they end in November to June, they would have the factories operating, and then from June, they would shut down, like it happens, you know, everywhere that sugar is really produced. So from that time, if we have... We're in October now, so ideally it should start somewhere in November, but they can't start. Remember that this thing was done earlier, so it's possible that we can start from October. If you had indicated to me that I should be able to tell you specifically when they are going to start, I would have told you, or maybe October days. But it is understandable that even if you say we are going to start in October, and you don't even start in October and you start in November, I think that is still the same point.
It is not deception?
I'm not too sure whether you can call that deception.
Because the release represents the Trade Ministry, and it told us that it was going to begin full operations in November. Of course, it didn't give us a specific date. But
well,
for
you
workers...
said in November or October. Did you say November or October?
In October, that's when we were told.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's possible that they could start in October.
In October?
Yes, it's possible.
But you don't know the exact date?
The exact date is possible. But I'm just saying that assuming that we are not even able to start in October, like I told you, in all over the world.
Would it start at all?
Yes, it will. I mean, there isn't any problem at all with the factory.